Do you want to make like a 30-minute roll? Well, come follow along. So I've had some people ask me about some of the rolls that I make. I have different kind. I really like sourdough, but as a lot of you know, it takes days sometimes that I don't have. So I have this 30-minute roll. So I'm gonna read you the ingredients so that you can do it. It is a 1/3 cup of butter, 1 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons instant yeast, 1/3 cup honey, and I sprayed mine with a little oil so it's gonna slide right out. And then it's going to be 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 large egg, and I like my eggs to be room temperature. And you're gonna use 3.5 to 4.5 cups of flour. So first, all I'm gonna do is melt my 1/3 cup of butter. I'm just gonna throw it on my stove here, and then I'm gonna put my cup of milk in there, and I'm gonna bring it to between 100 degrees Fahrenheit and 110. Once that happens, then I'm gonna pour it into my stand mixer, which is gonna have my 1/3 cup of honey in it and my yeast. So we're gonna get that done, and I'll be right back. So my butter is on my stove top. It's just melting in the little pan. So when it gets almost completely melted, or close to it, I'm gonna add the milk to it. But right now I'm gonna go ahead and add my 2 tablespoons of instant yeast. I'm gonna add that in there, get all that out. And then I'm gonna add, this is my 1/3 cup of honey. Just gonna go ahead and add that to it and see how it just almost all comes out. That's just because I sprayed it with some oil. Let's go check on our butter. So yeah, it is looking almost to the point where I can add the milk. All I'm doing is just melting my butter and my milk to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, but not over 110. That's all you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in here. Just gonna mix that up really good. And I'll just get my ThermoPro thermometer that I absolutely love. I don't hardly cook a meal without this thing. So it is already at 98, so it is really close. My milk was at room temperature already, so it's not gonna need but another minute or 2, and then it'll be ready. And the reason you don't want to get it over 110 is because you don't want to kill your yeast. So mine's a little bit over 110, so I'm just gonna let it sit here. It won't take but a moment to cool down. But I've got my honey, and then we're just gonna add that mixture to the stand mixture. And we're just gonna combine it, and then we're just gonna let it sit a few minutes. So now I'm just gonna add in the salt. It's been sitting about 10 minutes. The egg. And 2 cups of flour. And then I'll add another 1/4. Can go all the way up to maybe 4.5 cups. We'll see. And I'm gonna just keep adding a 1/4 at a time till it forms the dough and pulls off the sides and starts sticking to the pattern. mix. And that is about what your dough is going to look like. Now I'm going to pull this out. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little flour here and make sure my hands are floured, and then I'm just going to roll out 12 even balls.